Hello, guys. Welcome back to Try Me Through Revolution of Your Mind and Energy. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate that. Today, I want to talk about something interesting, a topic: dating life. I want to share a story with you, and I want to let you know how I can you. There shouldn't be nobody seeing me, but I still see one person. I don't know why is that. Either way, I want to share a story about how I analyze people. I do have passion for that, and how I analyze guys, especially on the first date or in the first few days. There is different tactics that you can use to analyze them. But one of the biggest things that they use, especially the special agents, they are all trained to do this analytics or analyze people, see if somebody is sociopath. And there is different ways that they do this, and one of those ways is to see if these people have a healthy empathic response. So all the people have different ways to express empathy or to respond into another's people's situation, or in another's people, let's say, situation of suffering, no? But in the super agents or special agents, they are trained to test people in extreme situation and see if their empathic system has been damaged or completely dysfunctional in some cases. There are people that are not veterans from the war, and despite that, they have problems with empathy. And here I am going to share a story with you and how you can recognize that somebody is not so well mentally, or how to say, they're not there. They're just lack of this. They just not there. They don't even understand what empathy is. Um, and so I'm going to do this through sharing a story about a date. I went on a date. I haven't been on a date this year. I went on a date, first date this year, mm, with someone who was very well mannered, very educated on texting. He continued texting me, and I'm a person, I don't want to like text my life to you. Let's grab a coffee. When I said that, normally guys will be offended, especially cheap American men or males. He said, "Oh, yeah, sure, let's grab a coffee." And he made an appointment to this place downtown Denver called Confluence Park. I know very well this park. I love it. I go biking there. It was an environment that I knew. There is a Starbucks. It's a very nice area to hang out. I said, "Sure, why not?" Uh, I was predicting to be there early, but for some reason or another, I ended up being exactly on time. There was a traffic. When I was driving, my tire went flat. I had to stop to the shop and fix the tire. There was quite a lot of things happening before I left out my house, and the moment that I walk out the door, there was this delivery package, so I had to get it all back. So let's say that I end up being slightly late, maybe like 5 minutes. Either way, I go there and I see this person that he looked kind of similar to the photos, but not exactly. The vibe of this person on the picture was one, and the vibe of the person in front of me was completely different. It's okay, I said to myself, don't worry, you don't have to see him again. But a lot of times, girls get into these situations that I'm going to describe right now way far in dating. They are not even able to notice what is happening. They're not aware. They're not present. They get like excited about situations, and they don't see, they don't look around you. So this person come and greet me, and I was like, okay, I saw there was a store behind the coffee, and I was like, oh my goodness, I really want to check the store. And we start walking, and he started giving me orders. No, orders with laughing, like, oh, you ignorant. We had to walk on the other side because there is an entrance on the other side. Yes, I drive to near the entrance. I've been there 100 times. I knew there was a main entrance on the other side, but I was hoping that there was a back entrance. I remember there used to be a back entrance to this store facing the river, which in this case was closed. So we were behind, and this person laughed at me immediately after he met me, belittled me. Even in a joke way, you should know that if a guy do this on the first appointment or second or third or in any moments, if a guy feel comfortable to do this, it's because he's insecure, and he would periodically have this, I will call it periods, that he would need to put you down. Unfortunately, I used to date this very young guy, which in my opinion was good looking. In my opinion, he was good looking, but in his opinion, he hated himself. He was saying that I'm ugly and terrible. And I personally didn't understand where was this coming from. But I, with time, noticed that he would have periods that he would call me ugly and terrible and other diminishing things. I understand, just to feel, I don't know, to feel on my level or something. So if somebody diminishes you in any way one time, you have to be ready that this is a pattern, and you have to know that this person, it's just gonna do it again. This fact itself, it means that this person satisfy some strange need, which we don't know what is it, because it could be different for everyone. But I notice people who have the necessity to diminish you, they do that because this satisfies something in them. Maybe they feel on your level, or they feel like they up. There is people that feel more uplift when they put you down. Maybe because this guy felt that I was too good looking compared to him. Also, I gotta tell you that they immediately screened the colors that he was wearing. This is another thing that special agents do. And also, they are also all trained how to wear, what clothes to wear to merge into a crowd, and what clothes to wear when you want to pump out of the crowd. So there is people that have these psychological situations that they don't understand themselves, but for some reason they will combine strange colors together. And I'm just gonna describe you my date. So he was wearing green shoes, this black, very worn off black jeans that were tearing off, and where they were tear, it was white, and a brown shirt. It was very, personally, in my opinion, very strange combination. Also, the jeans were very tight. This person was also tall and skinny, so this was not the best fashion choice for him, you know. But let's talk about colors. Colors that show some psychological problems: brown, purple, orange. These three colors combine with other sharp colors like red, green. They all scream for something specific that I'm not going to go in details right now, but this combination really was like, ding, okay, there is something odd about this guy. Also, a lot of psychologically unhealthy people will know what kind of clothes to wear to hide this. I don't want to say all people that wear purple are crazy, But there are statistics talking about wearing a specific color or loving a specific color and having specific psychological deviations. It's a huge science behind. I don't tell you to believe me, but I noticed that the people who like brown color have something odd about themselves. Same thing with purple, not only, but in some countries, um, they say that women that wear purple are dangerous. You can believe in this and think that it's crazy, but you can just listen that as a fun story and experience your own experiences, right? So I was thinking, okay, just drop it there. It doesn't really matter. Maybe he just doesn't know what to wear. Although these colors together were a little bit strange to me. So we then after he laughed on me, this guy decided to give me orders. A guy that immediately gives you order, you walk through here. So I wanted to walk around. There was a stairs, maybe 10, 20 stairs. I wanted to walk around. There was this ramp to sit on the ramp, and I like there is a small waterfall that I like to watch there. I usually stop on this place, so I wanted to do my own thing. And this guy, instead of ordering me to cross down, there was this small shortcut. So I did one shortcut, and instead of that, he was like, "Oh, okay, now let's walk around down." And I said, "No, I don't want to walk around down. I want to take the stairs." The stairs was a little bit shorter. This guy ordered me to walk around with him. And I said to him, "Honey, you are free to walk around. I'm going to meet you down there. You're a grown-up person. You can take whatever way you like. I like to take the stairs personally." But once again, a person who is giving you orders right when they met you, it should be a red flag. Some women are so submissive and empty that they want to find a guy who orders them constantly so they don't have to take responsibility for their own actions or for their own life or for what they're doing in life or all these things. Well, you gotta understand that if you start submitting with which way you should walk and which way you better turn, these demands will increase with time. Then will be how to wear your hair, what color to wear, what to put on, what lipstick, where should go, who to talk to, who not to talk to, what to do, what not to do. Unfortunately, I have seen this escalate in my life in insane levels. So I guarantee you, 99% of the time, if a guy feels comfortable to give you order right away after they meet you, uh, this request and orders will increase with time. It could be not order, it could be direction. Give you direction. Do this, for example. Do this. Go around the stairs. It was the direction the guy gave me, and I said, I don't want to do this. I'm gonna go down the stairs. Directions, for example, oh, I like you so much when you cook. So if you want me to like you, you better cook for me. Oh, I like it so much when you pick up my dirty clothes that I throw all around the house. This give you direction to submit and go run behind this lazy MS to clean after him or pick his dirty clothes because he is not a man enough to do this himself. There are different directions or ways that guys put you into frames and make you submit yourself to their how to call this, I don't want to say their frame, not even their fantasy, I would call this agenda, to their agenda. And if you want to be a free person in relationship or with someone, you have to know what kind of things you can be flexible with and submit, and what kind of things you cannot follow someone's agenda. So it's not a problem if I'm gonna take the stairs or I'm gonna walk around and sit down the waterfall. I didn't care. It's just the way of demanding somebody do towards you. For example, ordering you. Ordering you is form of disrespect because you're adult. You should not be ordered, but when somebody orders you, is diminishing your ability to decide and choose. So ordering could be a form of boundary if somebody do something extremely inappropriate or something that you do towards child or somebody that is mentally impaired. But a male who respects a female as an individual, as a whole, with her energy, with her spirituality, with all of it, he should not feel comfortable to order you. There is there shouldn't be this frame, do this, I order you or this or that, otherwise I am not gonna love you or accept you or care for you or all of that. This starts usually with very tiny requests like that and normally escalates to something even more crazy. It was already 2 minutes to my date, and I knew that this guy was crazy. And you're gonna say this is not possible, but you hear the story until the end, you will understand why. So I said to myself, okay, don't prejudge him. This is just observations that I had. I said to myself, let's see how this person behaves. So I said, you know what? I think I want to drink something. I was feeling so tired. Maybe I wanted to have something like Gatorade or something like that. So he said, oh, yeah, sure, let's go inside of the Starbucks. I went inside, and the person inside of the Starbucks also was very strange. It was a guy that shouted, wait for me, although there was nobody in the store. And he was just playing with his phone and chatting with this other guy that was obviously staffed. They were chatting and they wanted me to wait. So I said, fine, I didn't care. I checked around what they had and he finally came, but he was also quite rude. And I asked him if he have Gatorade and he didn't know what electrolyte drink is. And I said, it's okay, don't worry, it's fine. I'm not gonna have anything at this point. And my date was visibly angry for some reason. Anger is another thing. A male should never be angry at you, no matter what you do. Male is stronger and there should be no anger is a form of abuse. If a male is angry, he should go and run 10 miles, I don't know, bike, lift some weight, take some chamomilla, go to therapist, whatever you want to do, whatever would help this person to calm down, right? And when there is this eruption of emotions for no reason, it should be a red flag. If this is laughing or anger or extreme passion and something negative towards something, this should be a red flag. This means this person or have hormonal problems or have some problem of bipolarity or something like that. 5 minutes to the date, finally we go and we sit near the waterfall, almost sunset, is all romantic. I recently had eye surgery, so I was wearing these shades. So, number, I would say number 5 thing that should be a red flag: physical closeness. If somebody that just met you is sitting too close to you and is kind of like this on you and is, yes, obviously I can understand that somebody can be attracted by you, which is great. It's beautiful if somebody likes you. And I also may like guys, but I never go so close to them. I never try to touch them or hold them. I'm just giving them space and give myself space, and I can enjoy them from having conversation. Somebody that violates your physical space, they would sooner increase this violation into bigger one. Maybe now you will feel slightly uncomfortable because they're seated too close to you and trying to breathing on you or something like that. Conversations is the number 7, I believe. What these people talk to you about. I don't know why American guys, they all talk about money. Even the biggest losers I ever met, the ones that are broke and want you to pay their drink, they all tell you how successful they are. Money, it's a wrong topic. I am not a bank, I'm not your financial director. If you want to show me how successful you are, you can take me on a helicopter ride, on a balloon ride, I don't know. You can, whatever, you could show me. You don't have to say to me that you're such a rich, successful person. Because when you say it, you already diminish the value of it. It's like you want to convince me that you're rich, but you want me to pay you a drink. So not offering to pay a drink or getting you water or something, it's just a bad sign. I get to the date, this guy already I had his drink and he didn't have anything for me, no flowers, nothing. Bad sign. Yes, of course it's okay if the guy doesn't get you flowers, don't get me wrong, but a guy should be willing to offer you something. It could be anything. It could be $1 flower. It could be a postcard. It could be water if you want to. It could be cup of juice, anything, whatever. But if a guy has nothing in his hands to offer you, this should be a red flag. I don't need water, I don't need gift, I don't need anything from a guy, but I will tell you, if you meet a person like this, you will have the rest of your life with someone that have empty hands, and you will be feeling less feminine in the company of such an indigent poor person, because stinginess is not just physical, guys, it's emotional too. So this guy said too close, and then he started talking about safety, how important is for female to feel safety. Dara dara dara, safety this, safety that, it's so important, so important. Then he started talking about hygiene. Hygiene is so important, hygiene is that, hygiene is third, hygiene. And then he started talking bad things about his ex-girlfriend. Hygiene. I find this inappropriate. A guy that talk crap about another woman is gonna soon talk crap about you. If it's called her name, if he calls her dirty, whatever is it, you will be the next one in this exact same list calling you names. I remember somebody would call me a bitch or something like that. And then first thing I said, don't talk like this around me. And the second time, he said, no, I was not saying about you. I was saying about other bitches. I said, don't talk around me like that. And soon after, this person would feel comfortable to call me a bitch. So if you, I have a rule right now, if I hear a man saying for a woman that she's a slut, he would never see me again. I'm not gonna even explain that, or bitch, or something. A male should have the self-respect not to do this, not to express this way. Maybe his ex-partner wasn't a valuable being. I don't say she was not, but there is a more self-respect way to express that. And if a guy thinks that it's okay to talk around you like that, that should be a red flag. But any kind of a like down talking for females should be a red flag. If a guy do that in front of you, it means he has no respect for females in general. And maybe right now he will pretend he respects you because he would want to have sex with you. But at 1 second period of time, you will see that this person is not respectful. This is not personal. It's not something that they do personally for you. People doesn't change their values for you. And this is some flags that you can read through the rules before you even get involved. Anyways, that was another red flag for me, but I said to myself at this point, just watch the show and who cares, because the first 5 seconds I was like, I just wanted to run away from this person. Guess what? The things doesn't come alone. Next thing I know, this guy started talking about sex, how important sex is, sexuality is. There is nothing wrong talking about sex and sexuality. I'm not a shy person. What kind of sex? Do you do it? Well, you had a partner, but maybe you have done it. But what do you think? How is sex for you? And all these questions on the first appointment. This is a red flag. This person did not predict this by the texting. It was completely out of the blue, he was perfect on texting. But he was shouting so loud, talking loud about something. And I said, can you please not shout? Uh, I'm here, I can hear you. Honestly, it was hurtful to my ears. He was like, well, we're in a free country and we can talk about sex, and sex is very important. And everybody was just like looking at this guy. Who is this weirdo? And I knew he was weirdo from the first few looks, but I said, let's see what's going on further. I knew this guy was crazy. And while he was so busy talking about sex, I was looking the river. I like this place. There was a small waterfall, and it's so cool. And and of course, I was wearing these glasses. And this guy asked me to take the glasses off, and I told him that the light hurts my eyes because I just had an eye surgery, so I will put them on until the light calm down. Uh, he was very angry and insisted to take my glasses off, not also, but he took them himself and put it on himself to try them. Not asking, can I, may I, would you like to? I suggest that it's not about what a person do, it's how this person do it. If he say, hey, I would like to walk around, would you like to walk around with me? I would be like, yeah, I would love that, you know. But if he orders me to do it, I will be like, no, I don't feel like doing so. So it's not what a man do, but the ways he does it. So next thing I know, this person is very busy talking about sexual intercourse and all that, trying to ask you about your sex partners. This should be a huge, huge red flag with you. It is not healthy for a male psyche to be interested in your sex activity with other people. It's not healthy for this person to even imagine that. And it's more unhealthy to ask you questions about your sex life before him. I asked this guy, I was joking at this point because I thought he was completely crazy. I asked him, do you want me to write you the name, their penis sizes, and how much money they did, and how long they last in sex? What do you want to know? And obviously, he started to laugh because at this point, what exactly you want, or you want to know if I enjoy it, or if I want, what's the part that you want to know exactly, and how this part can serve this person? Why? You gotta understand that for a guy that like a woman is not natural for his healthy emotions to imagine this woman having sex with another person. This is just unhealthy. So this was another flag for me. Or there is this guy's asking you with how many people have you been? And normally a lot of girls will say, oh, just two. This is the right answer to this question, just two. My right answer is not your business. This is what I'm getting. I don't see how this can be important to you. I remember I used to see this younger person and he insisted how important it is for him to know this. And I said, this is not your business. I don't see how this is. No, because you say that because maybe there has been so many people. It's not your business. One, two, five. It's just not your business. So if somebody asks you this question, you have to know that this person has some serious mental deviation because this is not a natural question. Also, if you meet a guy that you like, me personally, I don't think about the previous girlfriends of this guy or sex partners or what he did sexually with this. I'm not interested in that. And if a guy talk to me about another woman, this is a huge turn off for me. I will tell you why it's wrong for a guy to talk about previous partner. Not only if he talk nasty stuff, But in fact, if he talk about another woman in your presence, you go to a date with guy, he sit down and start explaining you the sex, where he met, where restaurant, what he eat, what. Do you know why it's wrong, guys? Because subconsciously this person is telling you that his ex-partner is so important to him that right now I just met you, and instead of knowing you, I'm keeping you busy with my previous partner. This person isn't asking you, would you like tea or coffee? Do you like sugar, milk on your coffee or tea? How do you like your omelette? He's telling you that the ex was taking black coffee. He is not investing time in knowing you. This is why this is wrong. He is not genuinely sharing his feeling about situation or how he experiencing something, but he's just giving you a garbage of time, keeping you busy with another person that you don't know, and uplifting his importance. Oh, this. So he keeps you busy with his little bubble reality. Why is this wrong? This is wrong because if you give your time to a male figure and he disrespect you in such a manner, showing you that his other person is he kill your femininity. He disrespect the fact that you dress up for him, that you put perfume, that you put makeup. He disrespect the fact that you give time, and instead of giving you quality, and quality doesn't mean lobster dinner, it means interest. Quality in being interested in you. Why you give time again to this person? Why you gonna waste time a second time to date this person? Anyways, that's why it's wrong. And for me it's a big flag. Even if somebody that knows you, of course a lot of guys will do this to try to make you jealous. For me it's just a sign that this guy doesn't deserve my time. He is not appreciating my time, and this guy should not see me again. This is what I genuinely believe. uh, some people spend intimate time with you and then they try to talk to you about some other girl to get you jealous or something. This is also inappropriate. This is childish, and this is just loser behavior, and you don't want to surround yourself with these loser vibes. You rather be alone than being around a male who is crying for another woman, right? So, anyways, it was maybe 20 minutes to the date with all these strange topics and all of these red flags for me. When I suddenly look in front of me and I see this mother with a canoe and a little child in front of the canoe, she was paddling toward the beach. This whole thing happened, this whole shen happened for a very short period of time, no? But before I share this, I like to tell you that this guy was telling me that he's a war veteran, he's a male, he's big story what a male this person is, how important it is for males to protect women to feel safe in a male environment and all this bbb. And this is what we see next. I see this mother with a little child canoeing and pulling the canoe on the edge, and then I look on diagonal up and I see another canoe that is flipped, and I see this man hugging a rock. And next thing I know, right in front of us, inside of the river, there is this dog drowning. Do you think that my war survivor hero tried to help the mother with the child, or the man that was drowning, or the dog? This male was trying to hold hands with me while this was happening in front of us. So all this thing, it was happening so fast that I was not so sure what was going on. I saw the mother, she pulled the canoe several meters and she jumped and she got and saved the dog, and then she went to save the husband. This all was happening in a very short period of time. And then she pulled the second canoe out the river. And my hero soldier, veteran, do nothing, trying to hold my hands in this time. I tell him I don't feel comfortable to hold hands. It's too early. I just met you. Excuse me. And he said that he have to go. And I said, cool. I was like, thanks goodness he's gonna go. I'm gonna go to the store. I wanted to buy something. And for my surprise, this person decided to come to the store with me. I said, okay. He will walk around and tell me that I was fat, and his opinion XXXL would fit me, but maybe wouldn't fit me because he thinks that I'm too big, and stuff like that. I think because he was feeling rejected. So I started ignoring him and just looking for what I would wanted to buy, and I asked him not to shout, please, several times because I feel uncomfortable. And finally, he walked to my car and he'd give me a hug. And the first thing I did when I sit in my car, it was block him for good. That was my date this week. If you guys find this video funny, you can laugh. But that's my observation. You can try it on yourself. I want to give you a tactic now. I want to give you something funny you can do. I do this sometimes, occasionally, if I want to see if somebody, how crazy is someone. If you want to see if somebody is healthy in the head, usually in these military zones, they make them watch something sadical, like a movie or fragment, and ask them, what do you think about that? I remember I used to see this guy from Palestine, I believe. His name was, it was in Italy. Either way, he was very romantic guy. And one time he asked me to watch a movie in the male. He was living in a male dormitory and I was living in the female. And he invited me to his room to watch a movie. And I was thinking, oh, how romantic is that? And I was like, oh, this is so sweet. And having in mind, we were just platonic with this guy. I was thinking that's so romantic. And then the next thing I know, this was a movie about raping a woman and beating them with different type of abuse, sexual, physical, and emotional, psychological towards females. And he was so drowned by this movie. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful movie is that. If somebody have a pleasure to watch a sadical movie, they also have certain tendency and they're not very healthy. One tactics that they use in testing people, CSA agent or other agents do this, I believe, to test their empathy. This is one, make you watch something like that and see how they would react. But in normal life, of course, you cannot drag a guy and put him some sadical movie. Tell him a story about someone mistreating you. You don't have to make it out. We all have a story like that. And see if this person listen to you. A lot of people that are mentally unhealthy, they wouldn't have the ability to care enough to listen to you. Quite often, they will interrupt you talking about themselves, number one. Number two, they would listen to you, the whole story, and in the end will tell you what is wrong with you. Of course, it's your responsibility. You are responsible for others people actions. They will blame you and guilt trip you. And if it's a healthy male or healthy person, will say, "I'm so sorry you had such a bad experience." As simple as that. This is very. I guarantee you, I have done this test so many times, and it had never failed. This test is so subtle and so subtle and so thin, because on one side you genuinely share something, right? You do share something. So if the other person is healthy enough, will care to know about your story, about what you want to share. And if it's a sad story, will be happy to be empathetic toward you. If this person blames you, guilt trips you, or interrupts you, or in any form and shape try to make you feel bad about this person is not very well mentally. Another thing, I will give you another one and I will disconnect this live. Another thing that I notice with unhealthy people is that they would not stand to listen about you. For example, let's say you call someone, they don't even say, hi, why you called me. They suddenly start to explain about themselves, what they're doing, what happened to them, asking you for empathy, asking you for you. They even forget to ask you why you called. There is no space for you. They never ask you about yourself. There is these people that will ask you about your job, how are you doing, how is your job. They want you to train them, to teach them something, to take advantage of you. There is a lot of people that will pretend that they are interested in you because they want something out of you. People that will visit you or try to get you where they know you go, and they will try to use something about you. But people that genuinely care, they would try to spend time to know you. It doesn't mean asking you 100 questions by the list. No. I share something about what I like. They would share something about what they like and ask you a question in return. It should be this dynamic. And if there is not, there is something wrong with this person. And I don't know what, but you would discover yourself. Another thing I will share here is when they ask you for things. When they ask you and act like you owe something. Said that, I'm gonna finish this live, guys. Thank you for being here.